Nothing. If I saw a crazy person kill a cop, no way I'd grab the dead cop's gun and shoot the dude.
Spoiler alert! After their bargain with Noma in the season premiere episode I Don't Die Easy, Tariq and Brayden are still getting used to living law-abiding off-street lives in the first half of the final season of Power Book 2, Ghost. In the second episode of the season, To Thine Own Self, the pair is compelled to perform regular jobs and finds that their income has significantly decreased. Their troubles are difficult to bear. When they finally reached their breaking point, the two decided to start working on a strategy that would enable them to return to the streets, improve their cash flow, and remain low enough to evade Noma's merciless scrutiny. Welcome to Movie Spy. There were numerous chances for Tariq and Brayden to leave the drug trade and live a nice life away from murderers, thieves, and all the other criminals in the world. That opportunity vanished the moment Tariq's trust fund funds were embezzled from Brayden's family business, Weston Holdings, following its subsequent discovery to be a Ponzi scam, forcing the Weston family business to dissolve. Due to the theft of their safety nets, Tariq and Brayden now have to live on the streets as a necessity rather than a side gig. It should come as no surprise that their endeavor to live virtuously lasted a little longer than a SpongeBob SquarePants episode, given how acclimated they were to that lifestyle. Tariq and Brayden must find a way to enhance their income flow in order to support their desired lifestyle and amount of money, despite Noma's insistence that they never again sell narcotics. There's no going back to a life of law-abiding, that much is certain. Diana's life just got harder, and who's the father? Diana Tejada's worst fear, that she is pregnant, became a reality in To Thine Own Self. Although we still don't know the father, Tariq and Salim appear to be our best options. This news couldn't have come at a worse time for Diana. She's still frantically trying to cover up her and Drew's attempted murder of Monet. She is now employed by Noma, along with Drew, Kane, and Effie, leaving Diana to figure out how to juggle the demanding duties of being a drug dealer and a college student while under constant pressure to meet everyone's expectations. Diana was expected to avoid the streets, but when her family needed her, she ended up in the same place as them. Now that Diana's pregnancy has been confirmed, her situation has become even more problematic. We miss Cooper Saxe because of Detective Carter's R.I.P. Before his unexpected demise in Ghost Season 3, Cooper Saxe was creating havoc in Tariq St. Patrick's and Friends Lives only a year earlier. Michael Ealy, who plays Detective Don Carter in the show, has taken up the long-standing position of annoyance to the main characters. Detective Carter is a rising star in the NYPD who lost his wife in a shootout between opposing drug gangs just as he was about to be appointed police commissioner. Now that FBI agent Angel Valdez has died, Carter has returned to New York with a vengeance, and he is determined to solve his murder, which will lead him straight to Tariq's door, or the college campus. As Carter's probe into Tariq progresses, he also pays visits to Davis McLean and Obi, Noma's right-hand man. When Carter pays Tariq a visit on his campus, he looks him in the eye, disparages his father, and swears that he will bring Tariq to justice for the Agent Valdez murder, which Tariq had denied ever happening. There may be an intriguing conclusion to Ghost in its last moments, as Detective Carter is here to accomplish what Saxe was unable to. Kane and Noma? It can't be what I believe it to be. In To Thine Own Self, Noma and Kane collaborated a little more, but it seems like this Ghost season will bring them even closer. Noma gives Kane the assignment of figuring out a different way to get Noma and the Russians together when Monet ruins their first meeting, which Effie arranged. Once more, with Effie's assistance, Kane is able to persuade the Russians to work for Noma by promising them medications and military-grade weapons in return for their labor. When Kane tells Noma this, she's first upset that he's making a bargain without getting her approval and tells Obi to choke Kane. But when Kane shows that he comprehends Noma's methods and mental processes, Noma's rage turns to gratitude, and she offers to talk about the arrangement over a drink of scotch. But not before she has Obi leave the room. It remains to be seen what transpires over this drink of scotch, but I would prefer it not to be another romantic escapade for Kane. If that were to happen, he would undoubtedly go on a power trip, and Ghost has had enough of those in his lifetime. Monet will discover what has been in her line of sight the entire time. While her primary focus is currently on healing from the gunshot wounds that put her in a coma, Monet's second goal is identifying the shooter. Although Tariq, Diana, and Drew came up with the idea to have Tariq shoot Monet, we, the viewers, are aware that Tariq's mother, Tasha, was the one who fired the rounds in issue. Diana and Drew have tried their best to hide their tracks since they learned that Monet is still alive, but Kane and a very curious Monet have not given up on finding out the truth. It's only a matter of time until Monet learns the truth and understands that the solution she's been searching for has been right in front of her and in her house the entire time, just like we saw with Lorenzo in Season 3.